speed, dual versus standby with a bacon strip. I step off the rig as soon as my foot hits the concrete, times are running. Okay? Come back here to this compartment. Okay, this compartment's got some little quirks to it. Open it up, I get my stuff out. You learned over there with Gabbard, you guys made equipment pools, right?
Sure,
okay,
sir.
over here, we're just going to take it out and slide it under the tailboard. Either way is okay, all right? We don't want to slide it in front of the duals, obviously, right? Because you don't want to run open. Okay, now this compartment, when you close it, see how it doesn't really line up well there? So when you close it, use your right elbow and your forearms, make it flat, and then the bends close, okay? And you won't lose time messing with this compartment. Okay, when I come to this compartment, don't get down on your knees. I don't want to see anybody on their knees. Okay? So put your clamps under. Nozzle. This nozzle doesn't have a valve. Now this one, your knee kind of does the same thing as your forearm. And then you got to finesse it a little bit. I open this one. Nozzle out. Under the tailboard so I don't step down and trip on it. Okay, so I've got my bacon on the ground, right? Step up on the tailboard. You told me he wants what? Dual
reverser.
Reverse. So we what?
FDC.
2 lines, right? Over which shoulder?
Right side.
The fitting side, right? I step off the direction of travel. I come out 20 feet past the connection I'm going to make. I come to this point. I do my C-fold, right? Just like that. And get in his mirror. If I can't see his face, he can't see me. Okay? And I tell him, lay line! Hold on to this until 2 couplings hit the ground, or I hear an air brake, or I think there's enough hose on the ground where it's not going to be pulled out of my hand, right? So at this point, I keep it tight, watch out, and I just give it a big thing like that, okay? So that separates the hose, so I'm not crisscrossing it, and then I keep it in my hand. Now, the priority here is what? Time, efficiency, okay? So, what's he got to do once he gets to the hydrant? He's got to connect to the hydrant. He's got to break those 2 lines, connect them to the intakes or to the outlets, and then send me water, right? So in reality, could I walk these over there and get them connected before he could do all that? I should hope so. But what if I walk over there and I can't get one of those caps off, or I get one of the caps off and the threads are all jacked up? Or I get the cap off, the threads are okay, and there's crap stuffed inside it, a tennis ball. So now I've got 2 open butts in my hand with no valve in between me and him. He's down and around the corner. He's going, you know what, it's been enough time. He's got to be ready for water. Here comes water. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is put the clamp on first. Okay, so you're going to control your own destiny. You're going to put your own clamps on. Okay. Now, does it make more sense for me just to sit these down, run up and grab my clamps, run 20 feet more and clamp them, and then run back here and pick these up and then run over there to the connections? Or should I just like take them on my way up? Bring these over where I'm going to connect them. I'm going to sit them down. I'm going to walk over here and grab my clamps. Now, does it make more sense since I'm already standing here and I'm about to grab these to take this hose and move it off of my tools while it's dry? Or should I wait till it's charged?
Dry.
Makes more sense to do it dry, right? Took me what, all of a second and a half? Which side of the coupling should I be on? Supply side. That don't tell me squat. Which side's the supply side here? Okay, water's coming this way, right? Okay, so I'm going to come on this side. How far down?
5 feet.
Once the clamps are on, what can I do?
Call for water.
Water! connection is really screwing guys up. It's taking them over a minute to take these two caps off and connect these two pieces of hose. Shouldn't take you that long. Okay. When you have a chain on like this, and like a lot of the caps do on the rigs, guys are spinning it like this, and as soon as they do that, what happens? It tightens on itself, right? So, if you're gonna spin the outside, control the chain. So see how my finger's in here, and I'm controlling that chain, and I'm not letting it. See where my finger is? Okay, so you can do it that way. You can walk up, break the seal, and then just pick this up and spin it. Okay? If I hold this and you find that sweet spot, right, where there's no tension, there's no compression on the threads, and it spins easy. But if I'm pushing on it or if I'm pulling on it, it's not going to spin as easy. So you find that little spot where it's going to spin, hold it there, and you just spin it right off. Okay? So as long as you're here, I mean, you might as well do them both, right? So spin both the caps off. Gasket, swivel threads, gasket, swivel threads. Now I come up here, grab my hose. If I'm pulling this hose like this, to find that sweet spot, see that tension that's on the hose? See how I'm pulling the weight against it? So just take your foot, bring yourself some slack, and now this is just like that cap. It's real light. I can control it really easy, right? So I get it to where it'll spin, and I kind of know, you know, how much and how hard to turn it to get it where this ends up where I want it every time. Okay, so I don't go hunting for it. Okay, so see when I spin that, each time this, what's that called?
Lug
Pin.
A lug.
pin of
Lug pin.
Okay, so each time that thing comes to the top, right? Okay, so now that's done. So I come back over here. See how that clamp traveled down the hose? Okay, now I'm only responsible from the clamp forward for kinks, right? So I'm going to look. If I don't see any kinks, done. Okay, time stops whenever you say done. So if I don't see any kinks, I'm done. Now if that one right there is really giving me heartburn, then I'll run down here. Do that, and then I'll go down. Okay? Any questions about this?
Sorry, what is the B side doing?
The B side, you do what Cindy tells you to do. Okay? We're not worried about the B side right now. When you go to pull the hose off, if you're helping him, you're going to come around just like you pull your 4-inch hose. You're going to pull it down, pull it this way, right? So the couplings come out. Don't pull it so far that you start jacking up the clamp area, okay? Because you're just screwing your buddy by doing that. So he'll show you what he needs you to do down there. All right, so get in order like you're supposed to be. The 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. Line up on the curve.